G'day guys, welcome back to Beers and Breakevens. And if you are on YouTube, I know what you're thinking. Geez, Guru, you are a hot piece of ass in that jersey. And I sure as fuck am. We have got a Guru's Grizzlies jersey coming out in a few weeks. And for the first time, the Kuma Cowards. How good do they look over there?
Mate, feeling fresh as, looking fresher.
You're looking the goods, actually.
They are, as a wise man once said, good gear.
Good gear, very good gear. Wise, handsome, all of the above. We have got jerseys. They are coming in a few weeks' time. We're going to be rocking them over the next few weeks. Now, with these jerseys, I know a lot of jerseys come out and there's hundreds and thousands of them and you can, get as many as you want. There is a Stallions top 30 and a Grizzlies top 30 this year. No more, no less. There will be a top 30 squad for each of the sides. So 30 jerseys will be available. They'll be going live in a few weeks' time. What you will have to do, it'll be fastest finger first wins. You'll have to get onto the website. There will be Stallions jersey 1 to 30, Grizzlies jersey 1 to 30. You pick your size. It's first in, best dressed. If they sell out when you're hovering around it, you're too slow, tough titties. You have to fucking make it work. If you want to be part of the top 30, Timmy, you got to impress in the preseason. Consider that your preseason.
Yeah, strap in, shape up, be ready to go. Because I said top 30.
Yeah.
If you're not ready, you're out.
Not ready, fuck off. Get on a development contract.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. We're not even that. We don't want you.
Yeah, I mean, the Stallions will probably take you. But the Grizzlies, no way. We have got high standards over here, high standards.
The big question is, Kat, which team would you want to join?
Oh, like as if I'm going to answer that.
As if you're not.
I'm
If I
going
was
to take.
you, I probably would.
I'm going to take the best offer.
Is that the best offer?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if you can even fit me in your salary cap.
I'll continue to give you good SuperCoach advice. How about that?
I'll continue to give you a job. How about that?
It's tight.
Oh,
That's
that's
shit,
a
SuperCoach
tough
advice.
one. All right. Let me. I'm going to talk to my manager and come back to you.
You have a week to decide.
Okay.
But yeah, we have our top 30 jerseys for 2025. They'll be coming out in the next few weeks. Shout out to Vertex as well, who made these. They're making jerseys all over the place at the moment and doing fucking fantastic things. They are absolutely killing it. Very comfy. Have you got any little details on your jersey you want to touch on?
What do we got? We got a bit of we got the Beers and Breakevens. What would you call it?
The cans.
The cans. Just the cans.
Silhouette.
Yeah.
The silhouette
of the cans.
Yes.
on the right, which is quite cool. SCPB on the left. But I know you just want me to say, do you have any details on yours, Guru?
Yes, I do. Thanks for asking.
That's cool.
So we've got, it's a commemorative? What's the word I'm looking for?
Commemorative.
That. We've got a jersey here. I can't say it.
Commemorating.
Commemorating the Grizzlies dynasty. So 23, 22, 23, 24 on the sleeve. This couldn't have gone worse.
Yeah, I'm so
okay?
happy that you stuffed that up.
Yeah.
He's a bit rattled from stuff that happened before.
Okay, let's get it over and done with. Timmy, I didn't tell you this story before. I'm not going to go as far as say it's the most embarrassing that's ever happened to me because I've done some pretty dumb shit
That would
in my
be
time.
rich. You've embarrassed yourself a lot.
I don't think it's even the most embarrassing thing I've done in front of you.
my
But
goodness.
set the scene for us, Kat. What occurred to dipshit tonight?
So we'd driven into
Mascompton.
mascot shops. You had to grab something for your wife.
Yeah.
So we were going to pop by on the way back to the studio and, give her those things. So you jumped out of the car and I waited in the car park in my car, my black small car.
Yes,
And you kept me waiting for a while.
I did.
I did get a little worried. I thought,
Can I tell a side story?
Yeah.
No, actually, no, I can't tell a story. Don't worry. Continue. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
Makes me even more curious. Anyway, so 5, 6, 7 minutes pass. I'm thinking, all you were doing is getting some Panadol. Like, what's taking you so long?
Okay, fuck it. Now the cat said it. So I went into the chemist. I was looking for Panadol and Nurofen, and I couldn't find it. And I felt like an idiot for asking where the most obvious thing in the chemist was.
As you should.
Yeah, right. But
Where
I
was
did
it?
like 3 laps. I couldn't fucking see it. And it was sort of hidden in a corner. But I felt like I was walking to Macca's going, where are the burgers? Like, it's just fucking stupid. I felt so dumb asking. The girl kind of made me feel a little dumb. But that's fine. That's what took me so long.
Okay, so
I was a little lost.
So you were double rattled. So you
Double
came
rattled,
out.
yes.
Anyway, so obviously I'm waiting in my car for him to come. A couple of songs have played. I'm thinking, what is going on? Anyway, in the process of waiting, someone had needed to back out of a spot. So I had to drive forward and move my car from where it originally was. So I've shifted about 20 meters.
Yeah. Now, can I jump in?
Yeah.
So I come out.
Please tell me you went in the wrong car.
I come out into the car park, and there's Kat. She's shifted. She's pulled up. There's a speed bump in front of me that's like part of the walkway.
Which is exactly where I was.
Exactly where you were. She pulls up, her little black car. It's tinted. And as I approach it,
Oh, no.
I hear like the noise of like the,
door
child
unlocks.
lock unlocking. And then the door opened a little bit.
Yeah. And then I look in my rearview mirror and I see him getting into someone else's car or attempting to. And then I see him in motion doing the whole, oh my gosh, waving his hands like, I'm so sorry, this is the wrong car. And he's pointing at mine going, I'm meant to get in that car. Anyway, I've lost it. I've absolutely lost it. And then he just approaches and he just looks at me and he's just absolutely rattled.
When I opened the car door, because it started to open, so I just pulled it and a lady just screamed from inside the car and her husband's like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, oh, and then they slammed the door as like a defense mechanism and I'm trying to tell them that I was meant to get in that car, but I'm like, they can't fucking hear me. They're inside of the car and they're screaming
care.
still. So I just had to walk away and be like, oh, fuck it. It is what it is.
Oh, my
Pretty rattling.
No, he was so.
How old were they?
Don't know. Old enough to scream.
He was so.
Young enough to, I don't know. Fucking, it's scared, mate. I scared the hell out. I don't want to confidently say. I think she had a dog in her hand too, so I don't think that helped the situation.
Oh my goodness.
It was a lot to take in.
How
So
do these things happen to you?
That's what I said.
consistently,
I said to
was it a
him-
week or two ago you told us the story about the earphones in the cafe and how
Yep.
embarrassing that was? Like, this shit happens to you
All the time.
on the daily.
all the time. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucked.
It's
Anyway,
I do have to say, you're probably the person that I think when I'm with you experience the most moments like this. I've never met someone who attracts
just
moments like
weird
this
shit
as
happens
much
all
as
the
you
time.
do.
It's a good time. Anyway, Lontel back on board. Have you got some Lontel stuff for us, Timbo?
I do have a bit of
some
Lontel
Lontel
stuff for
goodies?
you, mate. Yes.
Hit me.
Yeah, you really just ripped into that out of nowhere.
Yes.
But
Look, you had
fortunately,
one job this week. I'd appreciate if you did it, okay?
yeah, well, righto. Lucky I'm a professional.
After you left me on Bloke in a Bar, stranded on my own on yesterday.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting pulverised in
How'd
the
that
comments.
go for
Yeah,
you?
not well. Didn't go well. It may not have gone
Yeah.
well.
Stay tuned for another segment where he talks about
Yeah,
that.
it may have gone terrible.
Yeah.
Lee.
Go and tune into Bloke in a Bar this week. You'll enjoy it. Be kind of guru.
Good times.
Lontel. Proud sponsors of Beers and Breakevens. Mate, I spoke to the team during the week and they emphasised one minor but major detail. So, like, people get scared off, with free trials because you have to give your card details and sign up and give your email and all that. You have to hand over nothing when you get the week's free trial from Lontel via SC Playbook. No contract, no details. They don't take your card details. So it's not one of them things where you have it for a
Via
week.
Beers and Breakevens, by the way, not SC Playbook.
Sorry, mate.
You
Beers and
selfish little prick.
Breakevens.
No,
yeah.
it's fine. No, that's all about you. That's
I'll
fine.
continue to
Just
carry
go
this
fuck
podcast.
myself over here. It's fine, mate.
Anywho,
Continue. Yeah.
you've just ruined my mad plug
Good.
for our sponsors, but that's all right. The Beers and
think I made
Breakevens
it.
sponsors. So you go sign up with someone, you get a free trial or whatever, and you go, there's always in the back of your mind, if I forget to cancel this, it's going to cost me a mozza.
Yeah.
Nothing. You don't hand over any details. You get a week's free trial. They're so confident that you'll stay with them because you'll be so happy with the product. They're just like, no, sign up. If you want to leave, you can. We're not hooking you into anything.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is, it's borderline arrogance, you would
It's
almost
heaps
say.
arrogant.
Yeah.
Like, they're coming up against the biggest internet mobs in the country, and they're like, we're the best. You're not going to leave. So
well, they're coming up against what used to be.
yeah,
Biggest
they once
internet
were.
mobs. Please. Lontel, doing great things. How good. So link is in the description. Go and check it out. You get that free week of internet and then you can make your decision. I've got faith in our community. They'll make the right decision though, Timbo. I think the evidence will speak for itself.
No doubt at
You
all,
don't
mate.
fix what's not broken, as they say, Kat. Great podcasting. Thank you, Kat. Great input. Okay, let's mosey on through the week. I sucked this week. I sucked so much. Scott Drinkwater, captain. Shout out to you. Kid's still thirsty. I scored 1,075. Thought I was going to beat Tim by a couple of points. Hot tip, I didn't. I dropped 5,000 spots. How did you go, Timbo?
You know what? I'm so up and about for this podcast because recorded SC Playbook before this and I had a bludger. I absolutely hit the skids, mate. 1,078 points. And I was like, oh, this gets doubled down. So I dropped bit weird. Same amount of points, or I had 3 more. I dropped 880 spots to 1,460th overall. So still sitting all right. But I'm sure that I checked at the end of the final game and you'd beat me. I'm like, oh, that was a double whammy. Like, Guru beat me. I'm dropping
correct.
spots.
I had beaten you, yeah.
Yeah, and then it wasn't literally until we sat down and you started whinging that I was like, actually beat you again this week. Mate, I could not have given you a bigger window to make up ground on me.
What
You've been
changed?
my captain. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, but what changed Timmy in updates for him to have won?
I don't know. No, I won.
What changed for you to win in the end?
Do you have Hosking?
No.
He got a couple. I don't
Hosking
know.
got a couple, yeah. Something changed.
Anyway.
Something changed.
Enough changed.
I'll tell you what did change. Drinky going from 27 to skipper to like 14. How the hell do you lose half your points?
It's an impressive knock,
Yeah.
isn't it? And 14 points isn't nothing.
No.
13, whatever it was. It's a good knock. Forgot to carry them on. But shit week for us.
Bad week. The
Off you
Tracy
go.
train.
Tracy train, yeah.
Heavily derailed.
Heavily derailed. Might not have got on the rail.
We had a nice moment last week.
We did.
We had Unity on the show for the first time in ages.
Yeah, I think we came closer.
Yeah.
And
We
Connor,
did.
Connor
Yeah,
Tracy
yeah.
got further.
We came a long way as a podcast. Our SuperCoach teams did not.
We just need Tracy to do his bit.
Yeah.
Which on that note, none of you trade him in. He's shit. Don't go near him.
Yeah, don't.
Steer clear. Now, we had an average week. Someone on the panel had a pretty good week, and when they found out about that, was walking around like Luna fucking Park. So here's your moment. Take it away.
1,132. Look, I actually didn't think that I had a very good week. I think in the beers and breakevens
Context is
environment,
key here.
yes,
Yeah.
I've had a good week. I also captained Terrell May, so I was a bit.
Also.
Well, I'm just saying I didn't really have many good captaincy options, but he ended up being my highest scoring player, so I was happy that I did that. In saying all
Did
of that,
tag him
I
on
still.
Instagram, say thanks.
Oh no. Yeah. I'm still going to make a post and tag him, and hopefully he gets around it.
Good gear.
But I also dropped 4,000 spots, so I'm still not doing particularly well. It's just in the context of you two.
Where are you ranked? Sorry?
I'm still like 36,000.
36,000, okay. Shout out to Ella Kazmar, who
did she get?
daughter of Deb Kazmar, who messaged me.
Deb is a legend. I've not met her, but she's a legend.
She's the best, Deb. She's unreal. Ella messaged me the other day to let me know that she's raised the bat. She's into the top 100,000, which
Deb
really
has?
No, Ella has.
Bless her.
Shout out to Ella Kazmar. So one of the greats.
She's held on to Paseka. She helped
Yeah,
Sam
she's-
through his injuries.
She's basically just got the whole Manly
She's got the
side.
Manly squad, and it
Yeah.
realised it doesn't exactly work
Just
that
waiting
way.
for Steve Menzies to come good. All right. Should we? Are you done? Anything else you want to say about your week, or are you?
Unlike some people, I don't feel the need to go on about it. They'll let the score speak for itself.
Yeah,
I beat you both. I'm probably going to lose again this week. It is what it is. We just keep moving.
Okay, that was good fun. Now, TLT, short one this week. Only the 5 teams, but a bit happening in those 5. We'll kick off with the Canterbury Bulldogs and the Finn at 7:50 p.m. on Thursday night. Timbo, as far as this game goes, obviously a lot of Origin players out and whatnot. Josh Curran is back in for Canterbury. Bailey Hayward in the 13. You've got Connor Tracy still at fullback. Blake Taff in the centres. Shout out Draco, which, by the way, I won that in the comments a few weeks ago, but I'll let it slide. Anything you want to talk about with this doggy side, Timbo?
I suppose probably the only thing is maybe for like a front row forward cheapie downgrade. Hopoy, 232k,
Yep.
front row. Looks the goods. Sammy Hughes back into the team as well. Probably doesn't help potential minutes moving forward. But, I mean, a few people looking at him going, Maxie King will be on Origin duties, hopefully, as Blues fans for the 3 Origin weeks. Could be decent minutes there, a few points.
Potentially. Yeah. As far as the Dolphins go, Jake Averillo at fullback. I know the rumour was that Donahoe was going to be starting at fullback because of Plath, JMK and whatnot. They had to change the plans there. So that hurts. I know there was a few people that messaged me 2 weeks ago, Timmy, very keen on jumping on Donahoe. So that's not ideal for you, but I'm sure that's not your biggest problem.
No.
Outside of that, is there anything else you want to touch on with the Finn?
Nothing at the fin, no.
Geez, Herbie Farnworth's got to get some pill this week. Very excited about that. I guess the other one out of Canterbury, guys, obviously the injury to Jacob Kiraz. I'm not an owner. You are. What are you thinking?
It's one of them ones where it sucks because he's just a season set and forget. It hurts more that he was set to cover the 3 major buy rounds. The silver lining in it is he was worth his peak price, right? He was worth almost 800K, so you can cash, like I could move him to someone like Dill Lucas for 100K, Herbie for 70 or 80K, Iro for 100K. Like it sucks when you lose these guys and they get injured early on for 3 points and they drop 100K. Like at least we're getting value for him, so silver lining.
You know what? I've got him too, and I think it's a sign. Josh Adokar.
You going to do it this week?
Why not?
I think you have to.
I think I have to.
Yeah, why not? What do you got to lose? He's playing great footy.
Yeah.
He's playing unreal
But
footy.
it's perfect. It's a perfect amount of money. I'm ready.
Yeah, do it.
Let's do it.
Let's see if she does it.
I'll do
very
it.
interested to watch.
I'll do it right now.
Speaking of Josh Adokar, the Parramatta Eels, obviously Mitch Moses and Lomax, Momax as the kids are calling him nowadays, not featuring for the Parramatta Eels, and that's what I call them in my draft team too. Jack Williams, I'll tell you what, mate, Jack Williams, coming off, I think, what was the most impressive game of his career so far last week. I don't know if you got to catch it or not, but
How good
speaking
did
of
he
the
play?
Cooma Stallions, fuck, he looks good.
Mate, how well did he move?
Yes, he was moving well.
When he busted the line earlier on in that game, how's the speed on the big fella?
Apparently he's taken your old nickname, Liquid Williams.
Oh, liquid.
Liquid.
There you go.
Bit of a liquid guy.
He was great.
Riley Smith at 9 once again. Kelma Tuolangi returns. Not really much to talk about with this Parramatta side, mate. Is there anything you want to touch on?
I've seen a bit of Samrani
Samrani.
love about.
Yeah, okay.
298K, negative 19 break even, obviously starting this week. So there's a bit of money coming in. He'll have the buy coverage.
He's playing like a back rower off the bench when he's not there.
What, like, enlighten me. So what, he played 30 minutes off the bench against the Knights. Where'd he come on? Like in the...
I think he came on right. I think that Jack Williams moved to the middle and Samrani came on the
back
right
row.
edge. Yeah. So they're trying to turn him into a back rower. They're trying to Dill Lucas him, I think.
71 minutes the week before. I'm assuming he came on in the back line there against the Dolphins.
Yeah, he did come on in the back line. I can't remember who it
So,
was.
like,
but
I mean, he'll obviously play 80 at centre this week, but Lomax will come back in. He goes back to a bench forward.
I hadn't really looked at him because I'm not overly interested, but
I'm just looking at how many you've actually traded him in. I'll see if I'm making mountains out of molehills here, which I probably am. Is the 8th most traded in? What are we missing, Root?
I don't know. I think people are seeing a dual position. I just think you're going to make money off him, but I think you're going to lose it unless you trade him out in 3 weeks' time. I think there's better options. What's the buy coverage? He doesn't play 15 or 18.
He gets this one.
He gets this one, then he gets Penrith, Canterbury into a... Yeah.
They've got no forwards out due to Origin, I don't believe. So, like...
Nah.
He'll be a
hard
30-minute bench forward again next week, won't he?
Yes. If he gets 30 minutes. I think when he came off the bench the other week, he played 21 minutes. Yeah. Hard pass. For me. No, thank you. As far as the Manly Seagulls go, Tom Trbojevic at fullback. Have you heard of him? If you haven't, you fucking will by the end of this episode, let me tell you. Outside of that, Jakey Arthur gets an opportunity at halfback. Bullimore in the front row. Olakwatu will skip out of Origin camp to feature in this one. Jazz at 13. I guess the big news there, mate, not that it's overly Supercoach relevant, but Lockie Croker back in the 14. Just good rugby league news for one of the grades.
One of the night. Geez, there's some nice players at Manly, isn't there?
There is. It wigs me out seeing Lachlan Croker without a Hello Sport hat on, by the way.
Loves it.
Yeah, absolutely loves it. Never takes it off.
But yeah, I was a bit concerned there for a bit of chat around like concussions and neck issues, and you sort of thought, are we going to get him back and what's the go or when? But so good to see his name back on the team sheet.
I will say this about Parramatta before we move on. Rumours that Joash Papali'i could be making his debut this weekend, so just keep an eye on that.
I'll give you one, and it's not in my stat deep dive. Now, Riley Smith, we love him on this podcast.
Yep.
Doing a good job for us. He's made us 168K. We started with him. He's plugged a hole in some really tough weeks in a shit hooking position this year. So, very grateful. Wouldn't hate an attacking stat, Roo.
Yep, wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be holding your breath, though.
Get this.
Yeah.
One attacking stat to his name all season. He made a line break in round 4. If you want to get fancy, he had a try contribution for 4 points in round 7. This is no knock on Riley Smith. He can attack. He's crafty around the ruck. But the game plan at Parramatta is obviously just dish early ball to your star half,
Yeah.
Brown Moses. Very frustrating.
I wonder if this is the week. He's had a few weeks with Mitch Moses. I think he's starting to get a little bit more confident.
Moses out.
Moses out. If he doesn't get him, like I can tell you right now, from watching him play flag and cup and everything, like he's got to take his stats
Yeah.
in him. I think if this isn't the week, what's his break even? 26? Yeah, I think if he doesn't get any attacking stats this week, I will probably be.
Yeah.
Can you whistle? Was that a no? Are you
Wait, I
blowing out
can.
birthday candles?
Sorry, I can.
Can you?
Oh, my God.
Oh, sorry.
Can
All
you
that
whistle? Yeah. Oh, that's strong.
Wow,
That's
that you know what? That was a country
I
whistle.
think I've heard you whistle before. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay.
Kind
I'm
of.
so sorry for those that had to hear that.
Whistles
right
like
at the
she's-
very
They thought it was a gust of wind down a hallway.
end. Pretty much.
Whistles like she sneezes.
There you
There
go.
you
I was
go.
further away from
Yeah,
the mic.
she's-
I
yeah.
panicked close to the
Sneezes
mic.
like Bambi. It's adorable when she does it. Okay, let's move on to the Panthers Knights game coming to you from Bathurst. Dane Laurie at fullback, Casey McLean in the centres, Tom Jenkins on the wing, Brad Schneider at 7, the mystery man in jersey number 12. It's got Liam Henry here. NRL.com has got Liam Henry. Is that? Didn't you say it was someone else, Preston Ricky?
Preston Ricky's the 11.
Oh, sorry, I'm confused. Sorry, yeah. Liam Henry. It was a blank. So when it was blank this afternoon, and then Preston Ricky got put in there. Is that correct?
Yeah, it absolutely rattled me. So
It got me live.
yeah, sitting there and I'm going, all right, I've got this short window when teams come out and start recording the SC Playbook podcast to sort of really formulate my trades for the show, get them as accurate as possible. In my trade plans, Luke Garner. Luke Garner, not named. Instead, there was a blank space next to the 11 or the 12 for the Panthers.
Yes.
Scroll down to Panthers team news to find out what's wrong with Luke Garner. And it still says Luke Garner moves to the back row to replace Liam Martin.
Yeah. Well, my Penrith person that gives me information messaged me and said Austin Dias is going to make their debut, FYI. And I was like, yeah, no shit. They've been named on the bench. So there must have been a bit of carnage there this
Because,
afternoon.
like, the Panthers, Matty the Waterboy went, because I was with him, we do it in the studio before the show, the team list stuff. He went to the Panthers website, went to their article. He was there, Luke Garner. 10 minutes later, he went back and he was gone. So, anyway, suffice to say, really threw a spanner in my trade plans because I was going to get him.
Yeah, you were interested in him, were you?
I was buying him.
Hey. Oh, well. Newcastle Knights, Fletcher Sharp at fullback. I think this is his best position. Has me very excited. Are you a Sharp owner?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a Sharp owner?
Yeah.
Nice. Outside of that, Kyle McCarthy moves into the centres, which I don't love. I really wanted Thomas Cant to get another week or so, but that's fine.
You got Dylan Lucas back to back row, mate. You just settle down.
Yeah, but it would have been nice to get Cant in there. Oh, we got Jack Cogger and Tyson Gamble in the halves this week. The Adam O'Brien Olympics continues. Dylan Lucas in the back row. Thomas Camp back to the bench. Nothing else to really note with the Knights. I was really hoping, mate, we'd see a Connor Vitano debut this week. Because in the extended, I don't know if you're only going to move Sharp back there for a week or so. Is it worth doing?
Change your halves again for the 13th time this season.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I mean, you're going to now play, I would assume, Gamble on the left.
I
But
don't
he
know.
usually plays. Yeah, it just seems
I
like
don't know
carnage.
what you're
Anyway,
doing,
enough on that. Anything else you want to touch on in that game, mate?
No.
All right, let's move to Saturday, 7:35. Chooks, Sharkies, cracker game coming up here. As far as the outside backs go, Nwanga Nitawase, he moves back to the centres, so Dom Young jumps back in there. Makatoa starts in the front row with Feketi. You've obviously got Egan Butcher's been named on an edge. Nat Butcher returns. And young fella in the 14, Benaya, who, saying to Cat this afternoon, Timber, he grew up Josh's hooker in Clubland. Really good kid. Good to
Right.
see him get his debut. So, proud Bondi United stock.
Is he an out and out 9?
Yeah.
Very
I
good.
think he could be the answer long term. Very
Okay.
good kid, works hard, ticks a lot of boxes, but
Nice.
nice. So good on him. Hiroti comes in on the wing. Turns out the physio's report for us last week was spot on Hiroti, mate.
Normally is.
Big in, how good. Outside of that with the Sharkies, no big changes, not origin impacted. Teague Wilton could potentially come back into the side. Anything you want to touch on in this one, mate?
We were so close to a little Sifa Talakai play.
Yes.
I shouldn't say so close, but the stars started to align because Jesse Ramian had that cut on the eye, and then Hiroti we didn't really know how long he was going to be out for. And we thought maybe Talakai, we saw those deft little hands of his last week when he shifted to centre, and you just thought, here we go, 240K, money to be made, buy coverage, but the players are back.
Mascot well known for having the softest hands.
Nothing's changed, have
Nothing's changed. Podcasting pause over here. Okay, let's move to the Wars and the Raiders Sunday afternoon. Pompey in the centres. So Leitao has been dropped, has he?
No, he's come back from injury.
Oh, he's come back from injury. Okay, I thought he got dropped last week. Right. Roger on the wing. Kurt Capewell in the centres once again. That is about the only notable. You've obviously got for the Warriors, the two big boys up front are out. So Jackson Ford and Bunty Afoa start there. For the Canberra Raiders, Hudson Young is the only out there. My boy, Simi Sasangi, gets his opportunity there. Very good to see.
Season.
I might get sucked in again. Sucked into some Simi Sasangi.
Imagine. Wasn't that one of the great bedsheet trades of all time?
Yeah, it was right up there with them. Not as big as Connor Tracy, but it was up there with them.
Right up there, Tyrell Sloan.
No, I will be back. I was saying to Cat before, imagine being Jackson Ford and Bunty Afoa coming off against a pissed off Corey Horsburgh this week. You'd be begging you had Fisher Harris and Barnett to fuck with.
I won't go on about this whinge for too long because I did on SC Playbook for too long. I traded Horsburgh to Hosking on Sunday afternoon at about 3:30 because I thought with the Gilbert...
It was smart, to be fair.
With the Gilbert news... I mean, the trade was fine because I still wanted Hosking. He outscored him. But I thought Horsburgh was locked for Origin after Gilbert got injured, and I wasn't even close.
I thought he was locked before Gilbert got injured, to be honest with you.
Fair.
So that's
anyway,
wild.
Not to worry.
You live and you learn.
Do you have Horsburgh?
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Ride and die.
Piss me off.
Shout out to Noah Martin as well. I didn't realise when I did the team this afternoon, making his debut. Very good to see. Hard-working kid. And that's us. That is Team List Tuesday. Brought to you by Stallions and Grizzlies jerseys coming out in a few weeks' time, so stay tuned to that. And shout out to them for sponsoring us. Support those that support us here at Beers and Breakevens. All right, let's get stuck into our NRL Physio chat. The great Brian Seeney joining us once again to lend us a bit of knowledge when it comes to injuries. Some interesting topics to talk about this week. Let's hand it over now to the FizWiz.
Alrighty, fellas. Big SuperCoach injuries for the week. Easy ones. Dylan Egan, ACL. He's obviously a trade out. Kiraz, a calf, 4 to 6 weeks. For me, it's a trade out. I think, he's going to miss all those important bye rounds. Calves can linger a little bit. So I think even though he's out and out gun, that 4 to 6 weeks is just a little bit too far for me. Bradman Best, even though we heard today that he come back, he'll only miss 3 to 4 weeks. I think with his hamstring injury history, we'd be jumping ship. I think his re-injury risk is just way too high for the rest of the season. So that's a trade out for me for sure. For those that held Greg Marzu, some good news today, better than expected. He's due back, what they quoted in the injury report as back in 2 weeks. Now, for me, I take that looking at arthroscopic procedure. The information's been a bit all over the shop on this one, but I'm thinking round 14 is going to be the likely return date for him off the back of an arthroscopic procedure. That's usually about the return date from him being out from round 10. So, yeah, I think he's a solid hole at this point in time. He'll be there for you for round 15, which is a wonderful buy number there. Nafahu White is the other one. He is aiming for round 15 after the Roosters buy in round 14. So if you can kind of hold through to there, he might be a valuable number for you as well. For those looking at Moeen Hiroti, so Sione Katoa is aiming for around 15 returns. So potentially you could bring in Hiroti and then Katoa jumps in that big buy in round 15 and takes his job anyway. So don't know if that's really a go at this point in time. Now the tricky decisions, the big decisions for this week, I think Payne Haas is probably the big question. He's got that quad injury. He's going into Origin. For me, it sounds weird to say, but I think I would almost prefer him to miss Origin in terms of having him as a hold, because I think now that he's playing Origin, he's carrying that quad, he's more likely to not back up. And then he's going to miss a significant chunk of footy over the next couple of months. for me, I've got bigger fires to put out. The likes of Dylan Egan, Kiraz. I've got to get up from Kalen Ponga to a Tedesco, for example. So I'm holding for at this stage, but I wouldn't begrudge anybody who's got Payne Haas and not many other fires to put out. If they want to move down to, an AFB or a Tapane as like a pod move, because they're going to play a lot more footy than Payne over the next month or so. Don't mind it at all. The other one is Dylan Lucas. Now, obviously, he had that shoulder instability episode, very similar to like a Toby Couchman, where he's going to play the next week. Toby Couchman played the next week. The unfortunate thing with these is the re-injury risk is high. We saw with Toby Couchman, it didn't take much for his shoulder to come out again, and now he's missing 3 weeks. So this is the risk that we have with the Dylan Lucas moving forward. For me, when he was named in the centres, I didn't think there was much upside to holding, so I was okay with selling. But I think at this point in time, with him named in the second row, I'm still going to hold on at this point in time. But I've got my finger over the trade button because of that re-injury risk. That's not going to go away for at least the next month or so, provided that he avoids re-injury in that time. I'll be a little bit more confident. But yeah, a bit like Payne Haas, if you've got no other fires and you want to make a bit of a pod move because you know that Dylan Lucas has that re-injury risk there, I wouldn't begrudge it at all. I think it's a solid pod move at this point in time. And then Tommy Turbo, getting a lot of questions on him. The eye test, he looks busted. We don't usually see guys come back from MCLs and look, this limited. He definitely looks limited. He doesn't look like he's hitting top speed. For me at the moment, I've got a choice between Tommy Turbo and Tedesco. I'm going Tedesco at this point in time. I just think he looks the goods. Yeah, the Roosters are shot with Origin reps and those kind of things, but I'm just a lot more confident that Teddy is going to score more points, particularly over the next 2 weeks. My approach that I'm taking at the moment is I'm bringing Teddy in with the thought that if Turbo starts to light it up and looks the goods, I'll go like a Teddy to Turbo in round 14 when the Roosters have the bye. But I at least want Teddy for those next 2 weeks. But I definitely want to see it from Turbo first because he just looks so limited and looks so limited on that leg that he had the MCL injury on. So yeah, for me, just a no-go for Turbo at this point in time. I'd want to see it first, and I'm one of the biggest Turbo fans going around. I have him, in my team, both classic and draft every year. Yeah, guys, as always, Magic Sponge podcast for any more information like this. Otherwise, I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, go tune into the Magic Sponge podcast if you want your day fucking ruined. Just dropped several atomic bombs on Guruville.
And Stallions HQ.
Fuck a duck. Where do we start?
Well, if it's not obvious yet, we listen to that live. We don't pre-watch it. So, rattled.
Christ alive. Where do we start? Dill Lucas?
Let's start Dill Lucas.
Okay, talk to me.
I was planning on trading him in this week when he got named in the back row.
Yeah.
The Fizz just said with the injury rate within the sort of 3 to 4 weeks leading, then obviously what happened to Toby Couchman, that he wouldn't begrudge anyone trading out.
Shit. I don't think I can trade him out. I think I've got bigger fires
Do
to
not
put
trade
out.
him out.
Yeah.
But
I don't think you can trade him in.
I can't anymore. If he averages 100 over the next month, he's barred from this podcast for life, that man.
Okay, that's one fire put out. Who was your other one? Save my one for our. We'll lead this into the topic.
We knew this was coming, but if I knew Greg Margie was only going to be a couple of weeks, I would have held him, but that's all right. So if you do own Greg Margie, hold tight. There was a lot in there, mate.
There was a heap to go through there. Okay, should we just talk about the elephant in the room on 3 legs that is leading into our topic of the week? Because I, for one, am keen as fuck on trading in Tom Trbojevic, and I would have really liked if Physio didn't say anything mean about him, but he said heaps of mean things about him. My argument of Tom Trbojevic is he scored 18 last week. He looked like a busted arsehole. I get it. He's hobbling around. He's all over the place. Genuinely, I think if he caught 3 more passes, he probably scores 100, despite how he looked. This is his draw over the next few weeks. Parramatta, Brisbane, Newcastle, Titans. Timmy, after that, he has a bye in round 16, granted. Then he plays the Tigers and South Sydney. Now, he plays the 2 next major bye rounds. Honestly, which teams would you rather play in this period of time than those teams? Genuinely.
Well, on the 2 major bye weeks or the whole month ahead?
Just the whole month. Parramatta.
Well, Brisbane, there's a lot softer teams than Brisbane. I know.
Okay, there are softer teams, sure, but in the next 6 weeks, they play 4 teams with fucking identity issues. They're all over the place.
For what it's worth, and I know the last couple of weeks it has started to fall off a bit more. Newcastle's defence is not actually that bad. They kind of tacked to save themselves, but their defence has actually been up there this season.
But I feel like over the last few weeks, it's getting worse and worse.
Yeah. No, it's a good draw. And the round 12 and round 15, the big ones, they're like, yeah. It's hard, isn't it? He scored 18 against the Cowboys in a Manly side that won 13 plus.
Yeah.
You're right, though. Like, there could have been a couple of easy tries there. My concern with Tommy, as it always is on face value, goes sweet. In theory, it shouldn't get much worse. He's dirt cheap in price. Even on one leg, Tommy can still score well. My concern is just if you get him in and he does get injured again and it's 2 trades in and out.
Yep, very fair. And look, I will be completely honest with everyone here in this studio and at home listening. I'm not versing 160,000 other people. I'm versing you. I need to take some swings. Not only will I be taking some swings by trading him in, I will be captaining him over the next few weeks. I'll be swinging to the paddy rafters. So that's my logic. I'm going to have a red hot crack. I will be trading in Turbo. I'm going to ignore Physio. I'm going to completely ignore him. Stoked I pay him to come on this show and then I completely ignore his advice. But when I can downgrade a Kalen Ponga that I'm so disappointed into a Tom Trbojevic, I am on board. I'm doing it. Turbo's coming in for me.
Huge. The thing with Turbo is 10 minutes into this game, he could take off in support and back up a try or something, and everyone who doesn't know just goes, shit.
Yeah.
And he could explode.
Yes.
But to quote Physio, loosely, we need to see something first. And I didn't see anything in that game against the Cowboys that made me be scared of Tom Trbojevic just yet.
Yeah, I still think he put himself in a couple of spots where he could have scored points, and then I just wonder if he just starts to get a bit of momentum. And look, I'm hoping against hope. If I was you sitting in a really good spot, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think you should. And I don't want you to do it either. I want this to define our seasons. But if Turbo's at 550K, just been left out of a New South Wales side, he doesn't look anywhere near 100%. I get that.
The one thing about that, and like, pardon me, the notion of left out of New South Wales side, point to prove, he was playing for New South Wales spot on the weekend.
Yep, very fair. Yep. Yeah, there's no look. You guys at home, I'm not telling you it's a get-on play. This is a desperate man looking for desperate measures, trying to win a 4th trophy in a row. And I know what you're thinking, Roo, you can't fit any more trophies on that sleeve. You're right, I'm running out of fucking fabric over here. Get yours in a few weeks' time. But I'm gonna roll the dice. I love rolling the dice, and I've been waiting for an opportunity to present itself. And I think this is going to be the one.
The one thing I will give you with it, Roo, like, people often forget this when they're buying fallen guns at cheap prices at great discounts. They sort of weigh them up as if they're still worth 800K or 850, and you're like, oh, what a gamble you're taking. He's 550K. Like, worst case, he stinks it up again and you sell him in a couple of weeks for 450 because he's dropped 100 grand or something and he looks terrible. But it's like, you know, if you're buying a gun at 800K and they have 2 stinkers and you get 20-20, let's say Drinky goes 20-20-20 or something, they can drop 250K in 3 weeks, kind of, or 2 weeks.
Yes.
Like, he's already 550K, right?
My other argument is, I think for a lot of you at home, you're sitting there going, do I trade in Trbojevic or Tedesco? I've already got Teddy. So it's essentially I trade in Trbojevic and have a punt at that, or KP's not even playing this week. Unless he gets injured, I think I will collect more points in the next 5 or 6 weeks than I would have holding KP.
Again, Roo, like DC Ed as well, he's going to have an even bigger hand in attack, way bigger. These games coming up, it's a nice enough draw. He gets his 1 try assist a game, or he slots through a hole and scores a try and he gets his 50. Cool. He's played to his 550K price tag. He doesn't need to set the world alight for it to be an okay buy at worst with buy coverage. So if it wasn't for the injury aggravation and new injury risk, I'd be fine with it. Like, personally, and I'd be tempted. I don't want to take that risk of getting him in and then getting him back out again, which I've already done, until I see something. But as said, he looks half decent in this game and he scores 80 to 90. He's probably the most traded player in next week. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I think that if he can survive the next 7 weeks, like he plays 6 games in the next 7 weeks. This is Tom Trbojevic we're talking about with good matchups. There's a lot of risk in it, but it's a punt that I'm definitely willing to take, and I will be taking. So
strap in.
Strap the fuck in, because you'll either see a very cocky, arrogant man, or you'll see a very broken man. And I don't know which one's more entertaining, to be honest with you. But yes, that will be fun to watch over the next few weeks, and will definitely be season defining for Beers and Breakevens. Okay, now let's move to. I am on the wrong sheet. Let's move to
Blue Wealth Property.
Blue Wealth Property.
So Wealth Through Property next week, Tuesday, the 27th of May. That is via webinar. So that is the night before Origin, I believe, so you can get your paws into that. Learn everything you need to know about building wealth through property and how Blue Wealth use a research process to identify the best investments for your financial future. Get all the info you need to create your wealth through property. That is 7 p.m. the 27th of May. It is a Tuesday, the day before Origin. I'm just running through my brain here, Tim, and I couldn't think of anything better to lead you into an Origin.
Imagine buying a property the night before Origin into Blues 13 plus. You go, mad, Blues won 13 plus, pretty much sewing the series up in Suncorp after one game, and you have a new property.
What more could you ask for?
Nothing.
In fact, you could buy that property in Perth and be ready for game 2.
You know what else with Perth? And speaking about the property wheel.
Yeah.
Looks like this, and it tells you all the spots where it's good to buy and bad to buy. Sydney, bad to buy. Perth, in a boom period, place to buy.
Yeah, right. That was really good.
That was one of the best examples.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed with that.
Cool wheel. I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't do that more often, Blue Wealth Property. Just
I don't even need the wheel. I think the hand was more than enough.
That was good gear. I appreciate that. So links in the description, guys. Next Tuesday, Wealth Through Property. Go and check it out and support the people that support us. Blue Wealth, been with us since day, not 1, but probably 3 or 4, I reckon. Early in the first season, they were on board.
Yep.
So
they were very
here
early
before
in the piece.
Cat, put it that way.
Crazy.
Heaps long before Cat.
Yeah.
They were here when we were like...
I can't believe there was life before me.
It was bliss, by the way. It was absolute bliss.
Yeah. Sure.
All good.
All good?
Yeah.
Reach out to Blue Earth Property, doing good things. The winner this week was Birdo's Bombs, coached by Josh. Wow. This guy went up 18 spots this week to number 2. How good's that? Number 2 overall.
Yeah. Jeez.
You been there before?
I've dabbled.
I've dabbled in second place.
Dabbled in top 2.
Dabbled in the dark arts of second.
He was coming 18th overall, and then he topped our score for the week, like our league.
What'd you say then? What?
He was coming 18th.
No, he would have been coming 20th.
Idiot.
Oh, in our league.
Idiot.
Oh, my God.
Fucking moron.
It says overall rank.
Overall rank. So over the overall rank, he was 20th. He went up 18.
Yeah.
He was into 2.
I was thinking weekly winner.
Has Addition not hit Kuma yet, or is that still to come? Is that on its way, or what?
Oh, rich cunt from a bloke who's never left a mascot in his entire life. Jeez.
Why would you? That's my question. Josh, send us an email, beersandbreakevens@gmail.com. Birdo's Bombs. Very, very good to see. Congratulations to you, brother. All right, Timmy, start
Deep dive.
Fuck yeah. Oh, hit it. Dylan Lucas.
I like the little strobe sort of bit you bang it down as well.
Yeah, I just did it as well.
Yeah,
it was useless because you didn't actually join in.
What would you do?
Good to know you watch the episodes. I go back and forth, the cameras.
Fucking rude.
I go back and rewatch the show each week and just look at ways that you can improve your performance and start to carry a bit more for us.
Yeah, be an empty notepad. All right, Dylan Lucas, talk to me. DL.
Well, this one's been rattled in the last 10 minutes a little bit.
Yeah, it's good.
First and foremost, do we think he's locked back into the back row spot? Could he still play centre? What do you reckon?
I kind of think he is locked in now.
Dave just went last week.
Surely you would have just, when you've got Cant there, surely you just would have done it this week. I think Cant defensively probably didn't do himself any favours last week. I think this has got more to do with Cant than it's got to do with Lucas.
I'll run through them quickly anyway. And it was, I when Best was injured and Lucas was moved to centre, had these stats for the SC Playbook subscribers in our WhatsApp group last week, and it was just his numbers at centre. And again, someone who was like, shit, do I buy him? Do I not? What happens here? So basically started 5 games at centre in 2024, plus week 1 of the finals. In those games, he had scores of 56, 106, 59, 45, 76. He averaged 68.4 points in that time with 3 tries. Mm-hmm. In the elimination final, he scored a try, 18 runs, 22 tackles. So his base was still outstanding. Like, basically the centre move for Dylan Lucas was... It's not that bad. Like,
Yeah, it's not a train wreck. Yeah.
No, because I was sitting there right at centre, do I antipod him? And then I was like, no, the stats are still pretty good there. And we now have this news around the injury from Physio, so that changes things a little bit. But yeah, basically for future reference, if he does get moved back there, you still prefer him in the back row, but at centre, not that bad.
Dylan Lucas is really going to be almost a permanent fixture for the next few years, isn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think
especially because he'll still dabble in centre,
Yeah.
so he'll probably keep that duel more
He'll
often.
He'll
than
get
not.
enough throughout the year
Yeah,
where he
to
plays
keep
it.
it.
Yeah, that's good gear. All right, Joe Tarpanay down there in the nation's capital. Now, I imagine a lot of people expected Joe Tarpanay to be, the main guy in Canberra for the next few weeks with Corey Horsburgh playing Origin, but that's taken a bit of a flip. What stats you got for me?
Good point. So, Joe Tarpanay, my popular buy this week for good reason. He's averaging 79 points, only in 54 minutes per game. So
Yep.
it's on cue with recent years. My only knock to him is that he's one of the ones where you're paying top dollar for. 729K, heaps of attacking stats this year. Get a load of this. 9 games this year, he's had 2 tries, 2 try assists, 5 line break assists, 2 line breaks. In 24 games last season, for context, didn't score a try. He had 4 try assists, 8 line break assists, and 2 line breaks. So this year he's already had 2 more tries. He's had the same amount of line breaks. Bottom line, he's just getting a shitload of attacking stats. Now, he's playing phenomenal football, so maybe they do continue. But history would suggest for a front rower that they've got to reduce at some point. In no way does this make him a bad buy, but I do think off the back of that you're paying premium dollar for Joey Tarpanay.
Did those stats surprise you a little bit? Have I just not been paying as much attention to Joe Tarpanay as I should? Like, I didn't expect them to be that enormous. I know he's playing good footy, but I didn't...
Yeah. 5 line break assists for a prop forward is
That's
a lot.
huge.
Yes. In
It's
9
enormous.
games. More
Yeah.
than, yeah.
Wild. I like that.
you-
But yeah, I think you are paying top dollar for him at the moment.
Do you like him as a buy or not?
I would have really liked him had Horsburgh been picked for Origin. He's a guy that I was going to look at this
Yeah.
week, but I sort of just moved away from him once Horsburgh, if he wasn't going to have that big uptick, sort of moved off me a little bit.
And the other one, mate, was just around from Physio lost in all that.
Especially, I think the other thing
madness.
as well that's worth noting is that with Simi Sasangi, he's no longer the alpha in the pack anymore. Simi's taken over. So Joe who?
He's also no longer the best sword in the pack with Zach Hosking starting.
No, please. Please.
The other note on that, which is very relevant to the Joe Tarpanay trade, that chatted in depth about it on the Playbook podcast, but Payne Haas, mate, he's the 4th most sold player.
Yeah, that's the other one I wanted to talk about.
What do you reckon?
I hadn't considered selling him before Physio spoke, but I am very, very interested in it all of a sudden. For those of you as well that are new to SuperCoach, I know I was talking to my trainer this morning about it because he hasn't played in a few years, that you can actually make 3 trades this week too.
Yeah,
So
not counting your boost.
not counting your boost, yeah. So, not that I have any boosts left to use anyway, but yeah, it is an option. So, yeah, mate, I could trade Payne Haas down. I could get in the front row forward, or
Mate,
I
did you-
could.
Did you use your last boost last week
Yes, I did.
and scored 1,000 points?
Yes, I heaps did, and he scored 27.
So 0 boost left and 1,000 points last week.
Yeah, when you have one, you use it. Yes, you have 0 left, Tim. Yes, that's good.
I see why you're panicking now.
Subtraction has hit Kurma. Addition, we're still waiting to arrive.
Some panics hit Mascot.
Put me in a corner and I will claw my way out of it, motherfucker. Yes, no, we're not in a good spot. You've got 1 left.
Yeah.
How many you got left?
Me?
Yeah. You got like 4?
I've got 3.
3. That's
I thought you might guess 3, but yeah, 3.
to be fair, it's less than I genuinely thought you'd have.
Well,
so.
I used one week before last.
Yeah, okay. Oh, because Tim told you to.
That's exactly why.
Kiss ass. Yeah, so I could trade in a 2RF. I could. I'll tell you what I am thinking about doing, Timbo, is maybe just waiting a week and depending on how it all plays out, maybe just going straight to Keon for Payne Haas next week.
Yes. I was going to put in my deep dive, but I didn't have to. Shout out Rando on the stat. The highest base stats in a single game of all time, Keon against the Tigers on Sunday night. Get this, first and third most of all time came from that same game.
Really?
All the games of Rugby League, SuperCoach, over the years, first and third, same game. It was Terrell May third.
Do you know who was the number 2 in between? Do you remember? That's wild, though, to have 1 and 3 in the same game.
It's
and
remarkable.
Yeah, it's sweet. It was a wet weather game. There's heaps of wet weather games. It's a winter sport. Like, that's crazy. That's
So
wild.
Keon becomes a must, really.
I think so. And I think his comments the other day, it's the first time he's come out publicly and said, I'll play anywhere. I like that as well.
Okay.
So I think Keon is a must next week.
Isaiah Yeo, number 2, 92 in base in 2020. So Kalamatunga was 96 in base. Terrell, 91.
Isaiah Yeo got 92 in 2020. That was before Isaiah Yeo was Isaiah Yeo. That's wild.
Probably did it from centre.
Probably.
Mitch Barnett, 4th. 90 points in 2024. How the heck is this one? Jazz
I
Tavanga
was
in
going to say,
5th.
surely, yeah.
What do you mean short?
Well, he made
it
like
was
68
Jazz.
tackles in a game, I remember. Has to be that one, surely.
2019 against
Yeah.
the Broncos, 89.
Yep, 68 tackles that day.
Jeez.
What do you mean, Jasmine? Mate,
Where were we?
talking to the guru over here. Where were we? Yeah, so I will probably be going Payne Haas to Keon next week will be my play. All right, next man on the list is AFB. Another one I ran my eye over as far as a trade-in. I'm interested to hear this one. Talk to me.
So, yeah, just a little overshadowed with the rise of the front rower this year, but gone about his business as usual, 73-point average, a 5-round average of 79 points per game. Interesting to note, his minutes have dropped this season from 60 per game at the Warriors to 53 at the Sharkies. Also, he's played 6 games of 50 minutes or less. Despite this, his base has gone up from 50 to 53. So, yeah, just another popular buy this week. AFB, if you want him, now's the time. They play round 12, round 15, the first 2 major buy rounds, no impact of origin. Hard to not.
I'm just having a look through his minutes this year. It is interesting. Like he played 55 in the first game, and then every single game after that, he either played in the 40s or the 60s. Nothing in between.
Yeah, well, I mean, even the last weekend, 67 minutes, there was Ramian left the field early, Stone Street left the field. So it's like Talakai went to centre, so that was inflated minutes. So the point is, like, the minutes are down, but the work rate is improved, basically. But less time. Yeah.
I will say this as well, though, worth noting, and I mean, this isn't a big shock to anyone, but if you have a look at AFB's minutes throughout the season, like the top 5 games he played the most minutes was round 1 in Vegas against Penrith. He played 66 minutes against Canterbury, 67 minutes against the Tigers, and 66 minutes against the Melbourne Storm. That's essentially the top 3 teams and Penrith. And the other game he played 60-plus minutes was against the Tigers, which you might remember they were losing that game. They lost that game. So very game-dependent AFB, as he should be.
I always said that at the start of the year, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about his minutes when they're tight, he'll go bigger, and this Sharky side should put some decent teams to the sword, or some softer sides, I should say. He'll get early rest because they couldn't probably afford to do it as much at the Warriors. The Sharks, who are flying high and have a lot of depth in their pack, they can.
Yeah, completely agreed. Worth noting as well, the Sharkies haven't had a bye yet too, so 2 coming in the next 5 or so weeks. Okay, let's move to Herbie fully loaded. A very, very comfortable member in the Grizzly Lounge week in, week out.
I got a message from you last week when Dylan Brown set up a try, had a line break or something in the last couple of minutes. Dylan Brown's the king of the junk time. Like,
He is the king of the junk time.
is he? Herbie Farmworth, 5 tries on the trot, 5 games in a row. In 4 of those games, it's been past the 65th minute of the game.
Oh, you mean crunch time?
Junk time.
Herbie time?
Junk time.
Yeah. The back-to-back Dally M medalist centre, soon to be 3rd, is a junk time guy. Okay, Tim Williams.
So
You sound like a guy that doesn't own Herbie.
So Nathan, I'm absolutely bitter. I'm so filthy about this.
Lemon lime.
That was. I don't have heaps to talk about. I was just pissed off and wanted to note that.
He scored I reckon he has scored a try every week. I think I traded him in against Melbourne. He's scored a try every single week since. And to be fair, hasn't scored 100 in that time, so read into that what you will. But
yeah, so 39 in base per game. We know his power game's good too there, the tackle breaks and offloads. And whilst, Roo, I understand that you're trying to beat me and differentiate your team from ours, but take a moment for our many listeners out there who appreciate what we have to say. Like the try scoring streak, they've come late in games. He's 738k, he's top dollar now, good buy coverage. For the non-owners out there, and you're looking at one, because I'm considering him this week, do you sit there and go, oh, you have to have him in, or do you go at the price, maybe you can antipod him? What's your feel?
I think at the price you can antipod him. I genuinely do. Like, he's scored a try in the last 5 weeks in a row. He's a very good player. There's no denying that. But I think as well, mate, as I just said, he's scored 5 weeks in a row on what he's averaging, I would guess, 80 over that period. Maybe a little bit more. What's his 5 game? Yeah, it's 85. Like, it's good. Yeah, but he's scored a try in all those weeks. As you said, he has been scoring them late. He plays Canterbury this week. He then goes into a bye. He does play round 15, but he doesn't play 18.
Before the try scoring spree, though, like he had one try in the first 6 weeks, and he had a low score of 55. Like, I understand that, if he doesn't score in those games, he does probably go sub 50, but like he's got a low of 55 this season.
Well, okay, let's put it this way: if you're a Kiraz owner, does it make sense to go straight to him then? Like, is he?
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you considering doing that or not?
Definitely.
Okay.
Well, I was looking at going Kiraz to Lucas until 25 minutes ago.
I think he's a good buy. I just don't think he's an absolute must-have guy.
And he's absolutely a good buy.
Yeah.
And there's no two ways about it. But I'm sort of getting there, like 76-point average. Like, is he a must? And that's the question. But there are plenty of good options available. So
put it this way: after round 15, I will be more than happy to move Herbie on to a gun.
You don't think he's a keeper?
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say.
Because there's a difference.
If there is someone that is bigger and better out there, which I think there's every chance there will be for my top 4 spots, I'm happy to have a look at it. Not a bad buy by any means.
I think he's a set and forget
for the whole season.
Yeah, and for the record, there's a difference between like a set and forget and like a keeper and a must. A must is, if I don't buy this bloke, I'm going to get wrecked. A keeper's like, why would you have any reason to trade Herbie?
Yeah, wrecked, R-E-K-T as well, like proper.
Does have 3 buys around 13, 18, and 21. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a good conversation. I like it. All right, let's move to our next man on the list who I skipped one before, Fletcher Sharp, who is playing, in my opinion, his best position this weekend, which is very exciting. Unfortunately, he plays for a team that refuses to score rugby league points. Talk to me about Fletcher Sharp.
Yes. So Fletcher Sharp, fullback this week, obviously. Started 5 games. Where are we here? Sorry. Fletcher Sharp, scrolling down. Fullback last year, first 4 games. He had 61.25 points.
Okay.
So pretty damn solid. But what's worth noting for those 4 games, they were 4 of his first 5 games in the NRL. Like, it was fresh as they come. And he still averaged 61. That's pretty good going.
Yeah, it is pretty good going. Can I ask you, did he goal kick in those games? Because I would assume with KP out, he probably will goal kick. I know he goal kick coming through the junior grades and whatnot, unless there's someone in that team I'm forgetting.
Like Cogger can, but he's not great.
Fuck that. Fletcher Sharp's kicking over Cogger.
I hadn't actually thought about it.
I think he will goal kick, and that might gain him 4 points, but I think he will goal kick for what it's worth.
As long as he nails that conversion and boosts.
As long as he nails that conversion, yeah. Who they're playing Penrith? Fucking, they might not even pack the tee this week. I think he will goal kick for what it's worth. I mean, Penrith aren't. Yeah, sorry, I'll take that back.
The Knights should
Penrith,
win.
Yeah, they won't win this game of football, but yeah, I don't think they will. I reckon Penrith will be
Jeez, you're confident. They're missing half their team.
Yeah, I've watched the Penrith New South Wales Cup twice this year. It's still a good football team.
Mate, their NRL team are coming second last or something.
What are the odds? What, am I crazy? Are Penrith outsiders? What are we talking about?
Jeez, you're confident.
What are the odds this week?
I reckon there's an upset.
Penrith's $1.35.
That's stupid price. As if it's not.
That's probably the price without taking any of the actual nuances of this game into consideration.
No, believe me, the bookies are the nuances kings.
Tell me,
The
Well,
bookies ride nuances into
kind of
town,
a-
take your money and hit the frog
tell
and
me you're
toe.
not a punter without telling me you're not a punter.
That was you're on probation for that.
I
okay?
am a
Know that.
punter.
Mate,
You need to get more degenerative.
They are crazy odds. Listen to the outs for Penrith this week. Keep in mind, what are they? Are they last still? Second last? Third last?
Third last, yeah.
Brian To'o, Dylan Edwards, Isaiah Papali'i, Liam Martin, Luke Garner, Nathan Cleary. The Knights, Jacob Saifiti and Kalen Ponga. Those odds are absurd.
What is
18 plus
what's
only
the what are the
responsible.
Knights? What are the Knights?
What are their outs?
No, what are they on? Like how much?
What are their odds?
335 they are.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Penrith will beat them. The Newcastle Knights don't want to play football week to week. I can't get around that. I understand where you're coming from.
I mean, like, even the Panthers where they're coming on the ladder, if this was a normal week and Clear is playing, actually, if even just Clear is playing, they'd probably put 80 on them.
But it's like it's still a first grade backline. Schneider, Talangi, Jenkins, Casey McLean, Tungo, Alamotti, Dane Laurie. Like the pack's a bit shorter, but Mitch Kenny's still there. Leota, Eisenhuth, Liam Henry, Lindsay Smith. And also, mate, you're bringing these Penrith guys in there, like they're not planks of wood coming up. They're guys in a good system looking for an opportunity to show what they can do. I assume the bench will change. I can't see them running with Luke Summerton and Jack Cole. Yeah, I don't know. I still think, I'd still be very nervous about Newcastle, hence the $1.35. But anyway,
I think this will go into our captains and trades nicely, but for those, I think, do you have Nico Hines yet?
Yep, got him.
Okay.
Brought him in last week.
I reckon Nico's probably going to be the most popular skipper this week. Makes sense against a depleted Roosters outfit. Sharky's full strength. For those wanting a sneaky little VC before that, if they want to let Nico in as C, I don't mind Fletcher Sharp at fullback as a sneaky VC.
I think
play.
you'll say Jack Cole. I don't mind that. Don't love it, but I will consider it for sure.
I mean, free VC loop. So you could also go Nico VC into the Raiders and Warriors game. If you've got like Tarpany, you could potentially do that, but
We'll get to captains in a moment.
all right.
Just hold your horses, okay? Do you remember when the Knights used to have a horse that the jester would ride as the mascot? Do you remember those days?
Oh, the good old days.
The good old days where you had
Long
a
time
fucking
ago.
dick for a nose. sitting
You
on
know
the
who
back of the
wouldn't be a
horse.
fan of that?
Yeah,
Peter.
Yeah.
I actually thought that's what you were sort of edging towards.
Me
Well,
too.
sure, I'm happy to enter those waters, but do you remember what I'm talking about? The
Yeah, I
old Knights
do.
mascot?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bucky the Bronco. He's been under attack
Tough
this
week.
week. Very tough week.
I know. Don't tell them what Rabbitoh means.
Are you stealing Matty the Waterboy's material now, are you? How
I
dare
am
you?
actually. Sorry,
How
Matty.
dare you? I love that. All right. Isaiah Katoa. Talk to me.
Isaiah Katoa.
I'm really... pick my words well. I'm really surprised. I've always rated Katoa as a footballer, obviously, but I'm really surprised how much he's come on from a super coach point of view.
Yes. And there's not the deepest of dives into this. I kind of just wanted to have a conversation about Isaiah Katoa because we saw Jerome Hughes flop last week in the halfback spot. There's still people selling Cleary out there this week. I think you're mad. I think if you've held Cleary through last week's bye, I don't think you sell him this week. But yeah, Isaiah Katoa, just one that's sort of been overshadowed. Barring injuries, I can't see him playing Origin this year. He'd need at least a couple there. He's averaging 66 points per game this season. Only scored under 50 once all year, and that was a low of 42 points in round 4. Going pretty good. Like, not for me, but he's scoring damn well. If you're looking for buy coverage, could do a lot worse.
I think you could do heaps worse. It's just the fact. And you know what? It's probably not fair, but I just feel like you need stats to happen, but he's doing it every single week.
Exactly right. And
He's killing
looks
it.
phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, you ever look through, if you ever look through his last 12 weeks last year, he went above 50 twice. This year he's gone below 50 once. He's flying.
He is.
He is absolutely killing it, averaging 66 points. Unreal. And what I love too, Matt, is he doesn't have that 160-point score that's his outlier. He's just
Rock
doing
solid.
it week in, week out.
Has he
Unreal
got
to
any
see.
goal kicking about him? Does he have a goal kick?
Did he goal kick for? No, he didn't goal kick for that Penrith side. No, the kid at Melbourne was the goal kicker. No, I don't. Not that I've seen.
For SuperCoach purposes, we just need him like in future to get that, because then when you're having combos about Cleary versus Hines versus Jerome, you could add him to it. But granted, Jerome Hughes doesn't goal kick, but a phenomenal running game. Just to join sort of Nico, Cleary, etc., he probably needs the goal kicking in future.
Yeah, and it is, as you just said there, mate, it's just the running game that's made such a huge difference.
Yeah.
He's averaging 28 base stats.
Yeah, good going.
How many base stats do you reckon he averaged last year? Wow.
18?
Yeah, 19. Big jump. That was good by you, by the way.
Thanks.
Wow.
Not bad. Wow.
Nerd.
Tell me you're a stats guy.
Nerd. Okay, trades this week. The trades I am looking at, I'll be trading in Tom Trbojevic. I'll be trading out Kalen Ponga. I'll be making $30,000 dues out of that as well. My other trade is Dylan Egan, which was a real kick in the dick, and shout out to him. I hope he's doing okay. To Zach Hosking will be the two plays I'm going for. I've looked at a couple of Payne Haas options in the last 20 minutes. I think I'm going to wait until next week and go Keon. Those are the two trades I'm thinking, Timbo. What are you thinking, mate?
I'll be honest, mate. From the Garner news to the Lucas news,
Yep.
I'm a bit rattled. I can tell you who will be leaving. So I've got Kiraz, who will be gone.
Yep.
I've got Dylan Egan, who probably gets sold this week. They're sort of the two standouts. I'm on 12 players and 12 decent players prior to trade, so I'd be happy not to use 3
You've
this
got
week.
12 this week?
Prior to trades, yeah.
Okay.
And like my worst in that is like a Billy Smith or I guess the two Smith hookers, like the 3 Smiths, Riley, Billy, Sandon. But again, they're all 80-minute players, tick along nicely enough. So it's a strong 12, add in hopefully 2 guns with trades. I don't necessarily want to use that third trade this week. So yeah, say Kira's out, possibly just go like a Herbie or an Iro. And then the other trade, I said I'm a bit rattled off the back of all that.
So at the end of my trades, trading in Hosking and trading in Turbo, I'm going to have 16 players this week. So I'm feeling okay.
Heaps, yeah.
Heaps,
Do you have
yep.
any duds in that 16?
Oh, yep. Shout out Vimalga. Shout out Thomas Cant.
makes
Maybe
you feel
Tom
so much
Trbojevic. Riley Smith's in there. So yeah, there's a couple of odd days getting about.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit better. So
Shout out Connor Tracy.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just working on a bit of fresh news, and I've got some plan to, as we always say, SC Playbook, WhatsApp, Roo Crew, it'll be there, but there's a lot of, I was dead keen on Luke Garner. I've been keen on Garner since before he scored a double before the bye. And then him being out of nowhere just rattled me. Maybe I get a bit weird. Maybe a little Villy kick out or something, but even then, obviously want Keon next week. So, you know what the Lucas news does? It probably brings either a Tarpany or an AFB into
Yeah, it brings them into the conversation. Yeah, for sure.
Especially because I also sold Red last week. So
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move to our no sit v starts this week. If you're in the privileged position of having to think about sit v starts, shout out to you.
if you're in that position,
Yeah, you probably started this week.
You're in all sorts for round 15.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk El Capitanos this week, Timbo. I am very, very interested in a Tom Trbojevic VC to kick the weekend off with.
Yeah.
That will be the play for moi. As far as a captain play for me, I don't think Nico Hines goes nuts, but I think he's probably my best option out of everyone else. I don't want to take a slice out of the Desi pie, but I don't hate the Tedesco play. I just think he'll be heavily involved in a team missing players. But Nico with the goal kicking, I think the Sharkies, if they're good enough, they could really put the Roosters to the swords, and I just think it could hurt too much. So I'm probably going to go Turbo into Hines. What are you thinking?
Hines has to be your VC or your C. I think of the matchups this week, Nico, like far and above, has the best matchup. So he will be one of the two for me. Probably my straight C, and then a VC on. If Fletcher Sharp's goal kicking, I don't mind that as a bit of a smoky one.
Yep.
Because like I could go him, I could go like a Ruben Garrick. My matchups for
I
players.
like Garrick.
Yeah, my matchups for my players and DCE out on the right edge doesn't help though. For Garrick.
Yep. I just think they're taking on a Parramatta side without Lomax and Moses. Like, I think they could put the sword to them potentially.
He'll be going at the other edge though, to be fair. Like he'll be going at the Dill Brown edge and
Yeah, but just with goal, I don't know. I wouldn't surprise me if Parramatta just fucking hand in their check this week and Manly do some
You can see it happening.
disgusting things to them. But
yeah. Anyway, as it stands, it's like my players have okay matchups. My players don't have great matchups in terms of that standout skipper. It is Nico for me, so he'll probably be C. And then if Fletcher Sharp's goal kicking, I reckon I'll VC him.
yeah, I think he's a good shot too. I don't know. Does Fletcher Hunt goal kick? Is he? Good luck finding that on the fly. Wish you the best of luck. But yeah, maybe it is. Gamble can goal kick. Cogger can goal kick. But I don't know. When Fletcher Sharp was playing juniors, he could really hit him. That's what made him even more so.
No
look
New
like-
South Wales Cup goal kicking for Fletcher Hunt. So
Yeah, Connor Vitano's been goal kicking for that
Okay.
side. Yeah. I reckon Fletcher Hart.
How you going there, mate? You all right or what?
No, I'm not doing well. Not doing well at all, Tim. Fletcher got the giggles over there, do we? Got the giggles over there, do we, Haddad?
I do. Sorry, I snorted into the microphone.
I think he probably will goal kick. I'm still going to go turbo into Nico Hines will be my play.
Do you still have Rob Toyer?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a kick in the dick for us.
Yeah, it wasn't not a kick in the dick, especially with a neg 19 BE. That's break even for those that are new around here. Yes, he'll make his money eventually, but I guess the good thing is, Tim, he's owned by everyone. So everyone got kicked in the dick. It was a collective kick in the dick.
He's not. He was plotting away with 45s and that there for a while. So I don't think he's as high as you think. So in the top 10% ranked overall, 65%.
Yeah, okay. In the top 10%. Yeah, okay. Fair shout. Yeah.
I'd make it a bit more relatable to your side and do the top 80%.
You're
but
a prick.
it doesn't give you that option.
You are just a bad person. Toya, yeah. So in the top 5%, he's 65% owned too. So, yeah, fair. Still, would have been nice to have.
Yeah, it would have.
Okay, are we done? Do you have anything else you want to touch on? Anything else you want to talk about?
I think we've done all right.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining us once again on Beers and Breakevens. We'll have the late show coming your way a little bit later. We're going to be talking airport etiquette, which I'm looking forward to getting stuck into and getting the opinions of.
We went on quite a long rant.
We did, and we're not getting
about
into it again this week.
sandwiches
I don't know
last
what
week.
I talked more about this week, sandwiches or Terrell May. It was a really hot contest there. But yeah, late show coming your way a little bit later tonight. Jerseys coming over the next few weeks. Put away a couple of bickies each week so you're ready to go. It will only be a top 30, guys. The Grizzly top 30, the Stallion top 30. So there will only be 30 jerseys available. You'll have to move quickly, especially if you've got a lucky number or something. You want to get your paws on.
Definitely.
What's your lucky number?
3.
Why?
No reason.
No reason at all. No rhyme, no reason.
No, I'd love to have more for you, mate. I've got nothing.
Interesting. What's yours, Manda?
9. I've got it tattooed on me.
You do
just
have
here.
that tattooed on you.
Sorry, I didn't actually have the camera on me. 9 there. I've got a real affinity for the number 9. I look for it everywhere. I always feel good about something if it has a 9 associated with it.
Yeah, right.
I played sport as a number 9. That's why I said
Like you wore number 9?
I wore number 9
Right.
up front, played soccer.
Yeah.
And I obviously would have been a hooker had I played league.
You know what? I'm sure everyone at home, a lot of people.
I prepared
you
you.
piglets in the comments was waiting for a hooker joke.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
grow up, okay?
Yeah.
Grow the fuck
Be
up.
better.
Be
Be
better.
Exactly.
Be better.
What's yours, Roo?
6.
Oh, I hate that number.
Why?
It's the only number I don't like.
Why? What's it done to you?
I think it's just associated with the devil and 666,
That's
which
very fair.
adds up to you. And literally for that reason, I just sorry.
No,
Saying it
it's fair.
If it offended you, I was trying to.
I
So-
Saying
deserve
it
that.
adds
That's
up is
fine.
crazy work.
yeah, I
Huge
don't know.
job,
I've
like-
just always seen it as the devil's number, and I think growing up, and I was like, nah.
You
off
know
it.
what 3 plus 3 equals?
He probably does an addition, hasn't he? Yet. We're still waiting. It's a 6, bro.
It's a 6.
I also have an affinity. I think that word to be used tonight with the number 24, and I don't really know why.
I can get around that.
It's just always spoken to me. What's your birth date?
13th.
13. Oof, that's bad.
Of
Black
April.
Friday.
Of April.
Get a few Black Friday birthdays.
13,
Do
4,
you?
9, 4.
Yeah, one every 7 years, thereabouts.
Thereabouts. Yeah, that makes sense. What's your birth? You're the day after me, or you're the day after me. You're 30.
I'm the 30th of the 9th.
Yeah, and I'm
1994.
29th of the 9th. Yeah, have I told you about my birthday? Experienced in the dark arts of palindromes.
Yeah.
29th of the 9th, 92.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Backwards.
satisfying.
Race car.
Thanks,
All right, we're done.
are
Thank you for
done.
joining us once again on Beers and Breakevens. The Lontel link is down below. They do not take your credit card, your numbers, anything like that. Free week's trial. See how you go, then make your decision. And Blue Wealth Property, they've got a webinar next Tuesday night before Origin, the perfect lead-in to your Origin football. We will see you next week on... What are we going to... Will we still drop Wednesday afternoon? What do we usually do? Fuck, I forgot about this.
There's no Thursday footy next week, is there?
No, do we come in on Thursday morning? I don't know
Probably
what to
not.
do here. Stay tuned. We'll let you know on socials.
I'll be here Wednesday night for Origin recap with Bloke.
What does that do for me?
Thursday morning's viable.
So you could...
I could.
I reckon we take this one offline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
We're done here. We'll let you know over the next few days what we're going to do there. But there will be Beers and Breakevens next week. It will be back. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.